Okay, listen, I know there's nothing that's more frustrating than having your credit score stuck in the 650 range, right? You're doing everything possible. You're thinking, you're paying off your credit cards, you're making sure that you're doing on time payments, your utilization is low and everything like that. But guess what? Your score is still stuck in the 630, 640, 650, 660 range. Listen, all right. I know that's frustrating, but guess what? In this video, I'm going to share with you secrets on how you can get yourself out of the 650 trap that you're in right now and get into that exclusive 700 club that you're looking to get into so you can get some funding. So you definitely want to tap into this whole video because we are going to break it down.
This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement.
What's going on, Blueprint Nation? Welcome to another dope episode of the Respect My Blueprint show, where we give you all of the gems and personal finance strategies that you need to be able to go ahead and level up and give you the blueprint on how to do shit around here. Okay. Now, I know this has been a big problem for a lot of individuals out there in being able to go ahead and get to that exclusive 700 club. And I decided to go ahead and release this video to educate and provide some tips and strategies to escape that 650 trap that you're in right now, right? So now, first of all, let's talk about this so-called 650 trap that you're in right now, because a lot of people fall into this category, right? And I understand you probably have cleaned up the collections on your accounts, you've made on-time payments, you did everything on social media that your credit repair guru is telling you and everything like that, but you're still stuck in this 40 to 660 range, right? Well, although the 650, 640 score is not bad, but it's not necessarily good, right? It's not strong enough to get you approved for anything. However, it's not low enough where you're just automatically going to get denied for everything, right? So essentially, let's be real. It's pretty much, it's like you're almost there, right? So what I'm going to share with you is some strategies on tips on how to be able to go ahead and get up out of this range so you can actually get into that 700 credit score that you're stuck in. All right. So now, first things first, before we even get into some of these strategies, I want to go ahead and make sure that I want everybody to keep in mind here that, a big misconception that a lot of people believe is that when you pay off collections on your credit report or any collections that's reporting on your credit, that's just automatically going to boost your credit score into the 700s. That can be farthest from the truth right now. Okay. I mean, that's not right now. That could be just the farthest from the truth. Reason being is because if you pay off any collections without having the proper strategy or agreements in place, it's still going to report negatively on your credit report. Okay. So think about it. According to FICO, your payment history accounts for 35% of your credit score. But the recency, how frequent and how recent any negative information that reports on your credit report, that has a big impact and matters as well too. Okay. So in other words, the damage doesn't disappear overnight just by paying off a collection. As a matter of fact, 9 times out of 10, if you do not have a paid for deletion agreement in place with the creditor, all the trade line or the collection is going to do is appear on your credit report from an unpaid collection to a paid collection, which it still has the same negative impact on your credit report. So you want to make sure that if you're dealing with any collections on your credit report, that you do have the proper agreements in place. So therefore, that not only by you in lieu of paying this collection, that is being entirely removed off your credit report, as that is the only way you'll be able to, dramatically impact and increase your credit score for any collections that's reported on your credit report. Okay. So I wanted to go ahead and start off the video with that right there. But now let's go into some of the strategies on how to be able to go ahead and get your credit score out of that 650 range and into the 700 range. Okay. So first things first is a lot of problems that I see a lot of people are experiencing is the credit age of the accounts on their credit report. Okay. Now this category accounts for 15% of your credit score. All right. So this is very, very important and a very sensitive category that lenders are looking into going into 2025. All right. Typically, you want to be able to have the average age of your accounts of 2 years or older reporting on your credit report. Okay. If most of your accounts are under 2 years of age, this is going to not only drop your credit score, but also lessen your ability to get approved for accounts as well too. Because think about it, the lenders are going to basically look at you like, you're a newbie or you're a rookie into the credit system. And this is going to go ahead and raise red flags in their eyes as that you're not experienced enough or you don't have a long enough track record for them to be able to trust you to be able to extend credit to you. So it's very, very important that you be mindful of the amount of credit cards and type of credit cards you open up in any period of time, but also you don't want to close any old credit cards that you have until the ones that's on your credit report start gaining some age, because as you close the old accounts, all you're going to do is dilute the average age of the accounts on your credit report. So definitely want to make sure that you're not doing this mistake as well too. All right. Also, another big mistake that I see a lot of people that is keeping them in the 650 range is they're not diversifying their credit. There is no credit mix. Okay. Now, this is a big, big problem because I see a lot of individuals, this category, what they do, they have majority, if not virtually all of the trade lines reporting on the credit report as revolving credit. And they're not incorporating any installment loans or different types of credit on the credit report. Okay. Now, this category accounts for 10% of your credit score. So it's very, very important that you do not leave this category unnoticed, right? So now let's go over some of the type of accounts you can add on your credit report as installment accounts. These can be student loans, auto loans, mortgage, personal loans. Any type of loans are typically reported as installment accounts, and you want to be able to have a good mixture of these on your credit report and not the typical credit cards that everybody's generally having report on their credit, okay? Because if you just have nothing but revolving credit, you're losing 10%, you're losing over 10% of your credit score in this particular category, right? And again, lenders definitely want to see you have a good mixture, as this is going to be able to go ahead and see that you're responsible on this particular category as well too. So a good way how you can be able to check the box in this category if you don't have a mortgage or auto loan, there's a lot of platforms or credit builder accounts that you can go ahead and open up, such as credit builder loans or self-lender accounts that report as installment loans. And this will be a great way to be able to add some mixture onto your credit report, okay? Also, here is another big one, which is the utilization. Now, this is something that you definitely want to keep an eye on, is your utilization, because this is the second highest category on your credit report, which is your utilization, which is 30% of your credit score, okay? So if you account payment history, which is 35%, and utilization is 30%, that's over 65% of your credit score is based on these two categories right here, all right? So when it comes to utilization, you definitely want to make sure that you're paying down your balances on your credit card and they're not reporting over 30%. Now, 30% has been the threshold for a very, very long time, but recently lenders want to see you actually below 20% or optimally below 10%. Okay. Now, once you are within this range, you are maximizing all of the points as well as the good benefits of this particular category here. Okay. Now, a great way on how you can be able to avoid the traps of this particular category as far as having your utilization report too high is making sure that you set up auto pay and you are aware of the dates of when your lender is reporting the account to the credit bureaus. Now, for instance, if your lender is reporting the account on the 1st, you want to make sure that you pay down the utilization on the account prior to the 1st, typically on the 29th or the 30th. So therefore, when it reports on the 1st, it reports at a very low utilization rate. And after it reports, then of course you can be able to go ahead and utilize the card again and do the repeat cycle where you're repeating the same cycle month in and month out. Number one, this will show, of course, that you're maintaining your low utilization on your credit report, and also you are signaling to the lender that you are using the credit card as well too on a month in, month out basis. So this will also help you out when it's time to apply for a credit limit increase as well too, as you don't want to just not be using the credit card, as when you apply for a credit limit increase, they may look at you a little sideways, and we don't want that, right? Okay. So here, those are the tips and strategies on which I wanted to share with everybody, that I see a lot of people are falling into this 650 trap and they're stuck into, a lot of people are just unable to get out of this. So following these 3 or 4 tips and strategies that I just shared with you in this video is a great way to be able to go ahead and get yourself out of the 650 range and get yourself well into the 700 range. All right. Now, before we go ahead and end, though, there are some strategies that I do want to go ahead and share with you that you definitely want to be mindful as well too, that will have a big indirect impact in helping you get to the 700 club. Number one, making sure that you keep your personal information section clean on your credit report. Now, many of us may have multiple aliases, address, phone numbers, employers, social security numbers, or date of births reporting on our credit report. This right here can be one of the biggest red flags that you can have on your credit report. So it's very, very, very important that you clean up the personal information section on your credit report. And this is very simple by contacting each of the credit reporting agencies, Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion, and asking them to go ahead and remove any outdated or old information that's reported on the personal information section. Now, this section, since they're not any accounts that you're disputing, typically, if you get the right agent on the phone and if you're cordial enough, you'll be able to go ahead and get this cleaned right over the phone with you, or little to no time. All right. But it's very, very important that you go ahead and keep this strategy in mind. You're one person, so you should have one name, one phone number, one address, all reporting on the personal information section on your credit report. Okay. Also, very important that adding authorized users is another great way to boost your credit score as well too. Now, an authorized user is basically, someone who is a primary account holder of an account, whether it's in a credit card or an installment loan, but typically it's going to be on a credit card, right? But what you can do is, if you have a friend or relative that's been very responsible and has a good track record with that credit card, you can ask them to add you as an authorized user, where you'll be piggybacking off of this person's good track record and payment history. So this will be able to go ahead and help boost your credit report. And this will not only add age on your credit, but it also would lower the utilization as well too. And this would be a great way to boost your credit score and help you get approved for funding or get approved for credit, as it may go ahead and put you from that 650 range into close to that 700 range. All right. Also, very, very important that you stay on top of your credit report. Monitor your credit report regularly. Listen, on annualcreditreport.com, you'll be able to go ahead and get access to your credit report once per week, absolutely free of charge. And this is a free website that is regulated by the 3 credit reporting agencies and is mandated by the federal government to give access to individuals to their credit report on a weekly basis. So listen, this is a great way to stay on top of your credit report. So staying on top of your credit report and managing it is a great way to be able to go ahead and notice any inaccuracies, any inconsistencies, or any errors that you see on your credit report, so you can be able to stay on top of it and make the necessary changes as well too. All right. But listen, I hope this video was able to go ahead and bring you some great value, great content, especially if you're one of the many that's stuck into the mid sixes and you're struggling fighting to get into that 700 range and you just don't know the right strategy. Listen, what I've dropped here today, I hope could be able to assist you. But if you do need more help, we have launched a free community, the Blueprint Movement community, where we are educating individuals on how to be able to go ahead and fix, leverage, and build their credit score to be able to go ahead and not only unlock financial freedom, but also to be able to secure funding, get their first $20,000 credit card, be able to start their business, buy a home, Listen, if you want to be able to go ahead and learn more tips and strategies like this, go ahead and hit the link down below. Join the Blueprint Movement community. We have an absolutely free community, which is absolutely dope, and we'll be able to go ahead and help you get to the 700 club. But other than that, do me a huge favor. If you got great content from this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Most of our viewers are non-subscribers. We want to be able to go ahead and get you into the Blueprint family and help you be able to go ahead and elevate your credit to the next level. But other than that, thanks for tapping in. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, we're going to catch you on the flip side. Peace.
This conversation about building up your blueprint. It's time to take it, cause time is wasted. Go grind and chase it, don't lose it. This generation need integration with information to move with. An inclination that is abiding in entertaining improvement. Yep, let's Paul with Blueprint. His guests are exclusive. Get on and tune in and then learn some new tips about credit, finance, investment. A nice chance to get rich and buy land. Flip it, quick 9 bands. Learn all the skills from Wes, he did it. Learn how to build successful business. Run up a mill and get the digits. Run up a mill. Look, safe place where guests are speaking. Based off financial freedom. All facts, no cap, believe it. Podcast, you have to see it.